I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution, where I talk about everything crypto daily. Before we jump into this video, I want to ask you to please smash that like button. Trying to get a like spike going, 1,000 likes a video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, definitely do so. I'm going to keep you up to date on everything crypto daily. Jumping right into the market today, crypto green day today. This is a Bitcoin 4-hour chart. And so I've talked to you guys about this previously, this bullish idea as far as the cup and handle goes. So you've got this rounded type of bottom and this falling wedge. So cup and handle. The confirmation line is up here around 6,700. Now you see the falling wedge broke out to the upside. We talked about this potentially happening yesterday. 68% chance that it breaks higher, and it did. You got good solid breakout volume. You got a possible bullish MACD cross. That should be confirmed here in about 42 minutes. Most important thing to understand here is that we need a breakout of this confirmation line. The potential target is 8,000. The depth of the cup, if you measured it up here, essentially you'd see $8,000 based on this technical analysis idea. So that's out there. But for this to happen, we have to break the confirmation line with a candle body close and some volume. So let me dive deeper into this whole idea. So this is a Bitcoin 1-hour chart. And you see falling wedge broke out to the upside, tons of volume right here. I mean, at one point we ran all the way up to 6,600 earlier today. Now it's, remember this rising wedge that we've been in that broke to the downside. The price action is trying to break its way back inside the rising wedge. Okay, so now if this happens, obviously it would be very bullish idea because there's a ton of resistance right there that's holding the price action back. And 6,500 breaks, potentially we see 6,800, and then this is the confirmation line. 6,800 breaks, there's a lot of upside above that level. Now let's zoom out real quick, and the big picture here is important to understand. So this multi-month downtrend that Bitcoin has been in for a while is still intact. Now, yeah, we had a pretty amazing run up to 10,500, and then Bitcoin fell off a cliff back down into this falling wedge, again in a downtrend. We have to consider that until we break out of this downtrend, you know, the price is going to trend lower. Now, what I want you to pay attention to is right here. We just ran up to 6,700. You can see we ran up, touched the top of the trend line, this upper trend line. And then here we are again. We're right here. Okay, the easy way to trade this, you get volume confirmation and a candle body close, buy this breakout because there's a ton of upside if we break out of this pattern. So it's important to understand that if Bitcoin doesn't break out of this falling wedge, which is possible, quite possible, potentially you get a break to the downside and you're putting in a double top right here. Okay, the measured move would potentially put us down around 4,800 again, which would create a double bottom. And I want to show you this double bottom on a 3-day chart in just a second. So I've got a cryptocurrency trading group. I've got 6 chat groups where everybody's calling out breakouts, working together, posting charts. I got 41 videos in a playlist. If you don't know anything about trading this market at all, you can watch these videos. You'll be making profitable trades. Probably a lot of people have some time right now on their hands, potentially. It's a great time to learn to trade this market. Number one reason people join the group is they want to be in the best coins possible. I post profitable trading setups on a daily basis, and we've been just killing it lately. It's wow. Data, 266% gains out of data. Again, this setup was posted on the 14th. Huge pump for data. If you want to join the cryptocurrency trading group, you want to pay in crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I'll get you set up and in the group today. You pay for 6 months, you get 20% off. You pay for the year, you get 30% off and an additional month for free. If you do want to pay with a card month to month, you can do so. There's a Patreon link in the description. You guys got to remember, the group is cheap. It's not designed to be expensive. It pays for itself in a couple trades. This is Dash. I talked to you guys about this the other day. Dash up 65% after it broke out of this falling wedge. 30 minutes later, boom, 26% gains in IOST. Bitcoin Cash has been another one. So the cool part about the trading group is everybody's working together. This person said, hey, shout out to Big Easy for this trade. I doubled my money in this trade setup that you posted. Another person posted an ADA chart, and Dylan said, ADA's made me $10,000 so far. Next person said, CBC, I'm up $29,000 this week because of you and your group. Amazing setups. Thank you for all you do. Okay, so let's talk about the Bitcoin 3-day chart. We got to zoom out here. Big picture. Don't forget the big picture. You get stuck on these lower time frames and you miss, you're worried about these day-to-day price fluctuations and you miss the bigger pattern. Now, so Bitcoin was up here, 20,000, ran down to 3,100, up to 14,000. Here we are. Okay, and then we bounced, obviously, bounced off, 3,800, back up here around 6,400. So we're buying this breakout, this falling wedge, buying this breakout, right? That's your buy signal. Now, if you look over here, the last time that Bitcoin fell off a cliff from 6,500 down to 3,150, had a big run up, but then it rolled over and you got a double bottom here. Okay, so potentially this could happen. It's happened before. It could happen again. So if we get rejected here, potentially we run back down here to 4,900, 5,000, and we form a double bottom and then break out there. Or potentially we come back here and consolidate for a little while. So there's a lot of ideas and opportunities to make money in this market. If you didn't get in at this bottom, if you do get a second chance, I want you to draw this chart, get Tradingview, get Coinigy, draw this chart and understand that buying the bottom of these patterns is very profitable. Now, you also have an oversold RSI that got this bounce here. You got MACD starting to curve higher, MACD bullish cross, negative momentum slowing as well. Same exact things happen here. Negative momentum, MACD starting to curve higher, oversold bounce on the RSI, but again, still rolled over. And then ran from about 3,500 to 14,000. So just stay grounded with this market. Okay, whenever it seems amazingly good, just know you want to take some profits out. Now, again, we break out and this goes, game changes completely as soon as we break out of this pattern. Now, the top of this triangle right here is 9,800. Potentially that would be the target if we do break out of this falling wedge that we're in right now. Anthony Pompliano talked about the Fed had announced unlimited quantitative easing this morning and the markets were still down today. So it was a lot of people were very worried about traditional markets today. It was great to see Bitcoin decouple from traditional markets. Bitcoin moving higher. You want to put Bitcoin on the map, whales? Pump Bitcoin right now. All eyes on Bitcoin. This Bitcoin market takes off, everybody else is going to wish they were in Bitcoin. If Bitcoin moons, it's going to be as abrupt as the panic situation that's happening in society right now. This just talks about how black swan events essentially are outside the realm of regular expectations, carries an extreme impact. And human nature makes us concoct these explanations for its occurrence after the fact. We hear all these conspiracy theories and whatnot. Now, basically the same idea. If Bitcoin moons, people wouldn't even see it coming. It would have an extreme impact. And people would just try to do whatever they can to explain why it's taken off. Listen, whale alert. If the whales can step up now, the game is about to change. Every time I think about these little dips we have in crypto, little from 10,000 to, I guess now we're at 6,500. Not very little, but in the grand scheme of things, if you look back down here when Bitcoin was $1, after every halving, it's just clear as day what happens. Second halving, clear as day. The next halving is coming. It's coming. I think we've got 49 days into the next halving. Don't forget it. Shout out to this person, sent me this from Hawaii. He's on the Big Island, and I was asking, what precautions are you guys taking with the panic situation going on in the world right now? But he's on the Big Island. Listen, this is social distancing right here. Volcanic ash everywhere. House stimulus bills envision digital dollar to ease the recession. There were a couple bills that were shared last week. And, one idea was for payments to be sent out to all qualified individuals consisting of $1,000 for minors and $2,000 for legal adults. Both of these bills employed identical language around the digital dollar suggestion. Listen to this. The term digital dollar is quoted in the bill. The term digital dollar shall mean a balance expressed as a dollar value consisting of digital ledger entries that are recorded as liabilities in the accounts of the Federal Reserve Bank or an electronic unit of value, redeemable by an eligible financial system. The Fed would likewise be in charge of the digital wallets, maintaining them for recipients. Listen, the game changes when the digital dollar is created. It's coming. Be ready. If you guys haven't signed up for a VPN yet, I encourage you guys to check out PureVPN. If you want to trade on Binance, if you want to trade on Bybit, if you want to trade on BitMEX, any of those exchanges, you can use PureVPN. Stay protected. I'm super paranoid. Anytime I do anything in crypto, I always leave my VPN on. There's a link in the description that does support the channel. Now, China's national blockchain network is still going to launch April 2020. That's pushing the digital dollar forward. I woke up to this. Trading has been halted in Indian markets after their market crashed 10% in early trade. The first circuit breaker in the Indian market was set off. Also, the rescue package and the Federal Reserve announced unlimited bond purchases in this move to lift the economy. And I'm thinking, dude, it's going to be a green day for the stock market. The Fed's action offered a swift lift by 9 a.m. Dow futures were up nearly 500 points. Futures on the S&P and NASDAQ also showed a quick turnaround. However, stocks did slip after the stimulus bill falters while crypto ticks up. Listen, we want to decouple from the stock. I think the stock market's got a lot more downside. We want to decouple from that situation, right? And just like crypto, just like anything, like when is the stock market going to recover? When everybody capitulates, when everybody completely freaks out and sells. And that's when it will bottom. You know, we talked about previously about a couple past situations in history where stocks fell 50%. And I think the S&P 500 is down about 27% right now. So there's potentially some more downside ahead. So stocks took another tumble. $1 trillion economic stimulus plan got stalled in Congress. And the Federal Reserve announced these massive lending operations. So if you go to Yahoo S&P 500, down about 3%. Kyber network fundamentals improve ahead of a protocol upgrade. So remember, Kyber network saw its price skyrocket by 3.5x since mid-December 2019. So there's a new major protocol upgrade called Catalyst scheduled for Q2 of 2020. Transaction volume, new accounts, and price are all seeing the strong growth. Do yourself a favor. This is a business. Treat it as such. Get a whiteboard. Make some notes. Put a folder next to your computer. Keep everything organized. Write down all these dates. When you're watching all this multitude of YouTube content that you watch, there's a lot of information. You know, write down, take notes. This is a business. Stay organized with this stuff. Harmony blockchains incorporating new privacy layer. Now, again, this is one is the ticker. And again, just, hey, make a note. One, here it is, privacy. Matic lets us scale more than Loom Network, Ethereum-based VR platform. So people could talk about one, crypto versus the next, but fact is, Somnium Space has moved from scalability solution Loom to Matic to enhance scaling. Like, that's a big deal. You can say anything you want, but when you actually make that switch, that says a lot. Now, really where I'm headed with this is you want to go to coinmarketcal.com and you can find all this information. You want to find about, basic attention tokens getting listed on CoinDeal. You want to see, they got different live streams. They got coin burns. They got community calls, ask me anythings, dev status. Everything is on CoinMarketCal. Now, you always want to double check it, but this is a good tool to understand. Fed's infinite amount of cash is the biggest argument for Bitcoin yet. Listen, they just keep printing it. Imagine if there were 21 million Bitcoin, which there are going to be. What if they just kept creating Bitcoin? What would happen to the value of Bitcoin? Watered down. What's going to happen to cash? Watered down. Mnuchin urges small businesses to halt layoffs as the Fed enters new chapter of money printing and Bitcoin jumps. Money printing. That's what they're doing. So basically he's saying we shouldn't lay off people, because in the next week, we're going to have a program up and running that small businesses can go to banks easily and fast track to get that cash flow rolling in. They want to make sure that small businesses, which represent about 50% of the private economy, keeps workers employed. My thing is, listen, There's plenty of places where, governments have intervened and said, hey, you can't leave. Like, you have to, like, businesses, restaurants, or, small businesses are going to struggle through this. The real risk of the U.S. recession is not this stock market plunge. It's all these small businesses, all these jobs, all the people that need to survive. Working class Americans. The struggle of 30.2 million small businesses in the U.S. increases the probability of a recession in the United States. With a cash buffer of 27 days on average, millions of businesses are at risk of temporary closing down. The stock market showing no signs of recovery despite aggressive fiscal policies. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.